Welcome, everybody, to the El-Aurian Society's first podcast. I'm your host of the show. I'm at Ball and Dog, along with at Kearns and at Atrex9. The whole goal of this podcast is to help you, the members of the fleet and the Armada, to be able to be kept up to date better on the things going on in the fleet, changes, news, events, and general happenings. We will be trying to have two of these shows a month, short little podcasts to keep everybody up to date. And we will be trying to have some guest appearances from anybody in the fleet Armada and maybe some of the YouTubers who've recently joined. And speaking of fleet news, I do have a few announcements I'd like to get started with. First off, as our biggest announcement is Atrex9 is stepping down from main leadership in the fleet. He has taken on more responsibilities with his job, which has required more of his time, thus not leaving him with any for us. Other news I'd like to announce as the Timberwolf has joined our fleet once again and continues to be active in our community. Now on to who we are. For people who are new to the fleet and or Armada, we have been heavily recruiting in the Daystrom Secret Service fleet and its gamma fleets under that, as well as the El-Aurian sister fleets. We are a very laid-back and casual group which try to keep completely drama-free. We have very few rules, just to have fun and mostly be respectful to each other. You can find more information and more details and stuff like this in the information tab of the individual fleet you're in. And now I'm going to turn it off to Kearns to explain some of our fleet goals and fleet holdings.
All right, thanks a lot, Ball and Dog. So, where we're at with fleet goals right now is, and really we want to do more recruiting. We always want to be finding more players and new players to come and join us. We're, as Ball and Dog said, we are a very laid back, casual group. We don't have a lot of drama. We all just come together to have fun and play the game. So, trying to find more people who are kind of looking for that. And, folks, we always want to be helpful and help new players. Um, as far as our fleet holdings go, we really want to uh, focus in on bringing up the standings or the holdings of all of our sister fleets, right? So the Armada itself is just one big gaming community, and we're all really just one giant fleet. So we want to keep focusing in on getting the holdings up in each of the fleets so that everybody's got parity and everyone is able to access what they need without too much map hopping or getting invites to the main fleet. And that'll take some time, so that's why we don't have a lot of holdings open in the main El-Aurian Society fleet, because we want to focus in on bringing up some of those other fleet holdings and others to like tier 3. Now, the tier 5 star bases are going to take a while. But we can definitely bring up the Fleet Spire and the R&D labs up to tier 3 and really quite lickety split if we all kind of just go over to the Armada tab and just look at those holdings that are available. It's a great way to make fleet credits. And again, so when we're out recruiting, we want to also try and fill up those other fleets. So if you have more than one tune in the main El-Aurian Society, we'd love it if you consider, contact us at Ball and Dog. You can contact me at Kearns, or you can reach out to Squark, and we can get you into some of those other sister fleets. And if we can start filling up the rosters on those, that would be great, because we only have so much space in the main El-Aurian Society. So we really like to spread out the tunes a little bit, and you can always get invites to the main fleet for stuff at the star base and what have you. Some of the programs that we're doing that are really interesting. Not a lot of folks know about it. It's really hard to keep all the new players abreast of the 60K program. And what the 60K program is every time you guys contribute 60,000 fleet credit worth of materials into the fleet holdings of whatever fleet that you're in, you get to claim one of the items that you see there in the 60K bank. If you've often wondered what those are for, that's what it's for. So that's another advantage if you have multiple tunes in the main El-Aurian Society fleet. If you move some of your tunes over to these sister fleets like Daystrom or Heralds, those tunes contributions into those holdings will be counted in the 60K program. Unfortunately, we can't do it across when you donate across fleets because the game doesn't let us track contributions that way. If you look on your roster where there's a drop-down menu and you click on the drop-down menu, there'll be a overall holding contribution. Those are the numbers that we use to determine who's earned the 60K award. So every time you contribute 60K, so 60K you get an award, 120K you get an award, and so on and so forth, you get to claim an item from the 60K bank. And you can, just so you know, if you see an item in the main El-Aurian Society 60K bank or in any other one that you're a member of, and you want to claim it on a tune that's in a different fleet, just let us know. We can make that happen. But yeah, so if you'd like to move your tunes to take advantage of that program to help us fill out the rosters in the other fleets and help us do recruiting in the other fleets, we'd really greatly appreciate it. And we'd definitely, it's a great way to take advantage of the 60K award program. And as far as recruiting goes, again, we want to find those folks that want to join a fleet that's laid back and relaxed. No, we don't want to. You won't want to pick on somebody in particular when you're recruiting. And there is a recruiting message in the main El-Aurian Society. We're going to be moving that around in the different information tabs over the next week or so, and you can just copy and paste that into the zone chat, and you'd be surprised at how many people are willing to join. And if you find those. Uh, Even those folks that are like level 2 or level 10, those are exactly the kind of folks, especially we like to bring in. Of course, we want to bring in anybody who's willing to join, but those 10s and 12s and 20s, those are the folks that could really use our help and the wonderful, helpful environment that we've created, and turn those guys from just going in and playing all the story missions and then quitting into guys that stick around for the end game and really participate in the community. So if you have any questions about the 60K program or about any of the holdings, you can reach out to us and ask us. And one thing I forgot about the holdings, I just want to insert here. In the fleet holding tabs, in most of the fleets, we're going to have the combat upgrade. You can see it in the R&D lab holding. That, if we can all work together to keep that upgrade filled, it goes across every week. It's a substantial combat and resistance boost. So when you're out there, wherever you're at, doing whatever queues you're doing, if we have that combat upgrade in effect, you get basically a weapons effectiveness boost and a damage resistance boost that lasts all week. So that would be that's one that we'd like to see running more in those in the sister fleets. It runs all the time, and we pretty Ball and Dog and at Kate at Caitlin contribute a lot to the combat boost, and they sure could use some help, especially when we start talking about the secondary fleets that are not running. But that's definitely one that if you contribute to, it does a lot of help, and you do get that does count towards your 60K. All except for the fleet credit contribution requirement of the combat upgrade, which doesn't, but all the dilithium and fleet marks and all of that all count towards your 60K award as well. So do check that out. And Cody's going to talk a little bit about what's going on in next week's show.
Yeah, thanks, Kearns, for all that really good information. And on next week's show, which should be here in a week or two, we're going to talk about the basic 20 to 30K build, enough to get you through just about any of the content in the game, for all of our newer players who may not know, and a guide for new and or experienced players on how to make a new tune and make it through the levels a little less painfully, because we all know it can be quite painful leveling up a new tune. The grind is real in this game. And now to the last part of the podcast, our giveaway of a Narcine carrier. To be entered for this giveaway, all you must do is reply to the email that this video was sent out in game with the term "Shut Up Wesley." and you will be entered into a hat pick that will be drawn at a later date. We will email the winner when we have drawn. And in it, we'd like to thank everybody for listening. Please let us know what you thought, or if you have ideas for future Cup podcasts or any type of comments. And we'll see y'all in game.